Oh, actually, no, I have just got that. Okay. Definitely one way to start it. Hello and welcome to the Power Platform podcast with me, Mark Christie, and
Malin Martinez.
we're going by Malin now. Wasn't that about 30 seconds ago when you're making yourself your own super inflated titles?
They work for you, so we're good.
Yeah. So it's been actually almost a full month now since the last podcast with Melissa.
Yeah, that was a good one. Riding zebras and shooting crossbows, or training kids to shoot crossbows on horses. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, it was good.
Weird as fuck, but still good. I
Like us.
Yeah, I still question life choices from that one as well, so it's all good. But this is now season 4, episode 4. We're going for this time.
Oh,
I
nice.
think that's about right. It might not be, but it's not getting edited because no. So today we have a guest on from America. Well, yes, USA. Yes,
Yep.
I'm just looking. We're taking visual cues here because we do, although we're recording audio, we do have some video on. So, yes, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Cat Schneider. I am from that place that everybody knows, Florida.
Oh,
I mean, that means half of the people on this podcast so far has been from Florida.
Oh, really?
no, does Will count as Florida? Well, no, Will is Florida, but now
Yes.
claims Atlanta and claims everything else. But yeah, Will's as Florida as you can get.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to consider myself a chaos agent. I mean, I was just there at the M365 community conference this last week in Orlando.
Okay.
And I may have accidentally paused the keynote while Jeff Teeper was speaking for about 10 to 15 seconds as I'm sitting 10 feet in front of him and my alarm goes off right as he's trying to speak. And I could not shut that thing off for anything.
Oh, no.
It was a situation.
I mean, don't make the keynote all about yourself, eh? Jeez, oh.
I know, really?
I mean, that's one way to get noticed, I guess.
I mean, I was wearing a light up sequin jacket. So I was already kind of trying to claim some notoriety. I didn't need the alarm to help.
Right. So let's go back. Light up sequin jacket.
Mark
Please,
wonders
please.
where he can buy one.
So apparently if you go on Amazon and you purchase like glowing body glitter for raves and like glowing eyeliner and whatnot, when you go to check out, Amazon will ask you, have you seen this? And it's a glow up light up sequin jacket. And absolutely not, I did not see that. Of course I want this. Put it in my cart and let me purchase it now.
So I've already started searching for light up sequin, but it came with hat. And I shit you not, the hat that it suggested, I actually have. So in Scotland, we've just moved in a new house and it's not been unpacked yet, but I have a light up. It's not a light up, it is a multicolor sequence, like almost a train conductor style hat.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely something you would see in a YMCA video. It is absolutely fantastic. It did come from a drag show as well, so that just says exactly it.
Yeah. My good friend Diego Dominguez de Silva, he lives in Miami and he was adopted into the drag queen culture scene when he moved down there. They just adopted him and they're like, you are now ours. And so that's like his family down there. And I had gone down to visit him one time and he's like, well, we're going to go to drag brunch. And then right after drag brunch, we're going to go over to the drag store. And I was like, let's go. hello, this is what I want to do. This is like the best time of my life. I got myself a pair of boots that definitely look like Bowser and Princess Peach have some questions to answer for Mario. I got myself this like multicolored purple, like shoulder to like knee jacket that's like rainbow snakeskin and it's got like white fur trim. And I got myself a it looks like a aviator type hat with some steampunk goggles on it. It's purple sequins that like if you move the sequins one direction they change color. Like it was a whole thing. I went overboard. It was fantastic. Best day ever. But yeah, no, I have decided that this is just who I am. This is how I'm going to show up to conferences, just loud, proud, and not necessarily to make a scene, but just have fun.
I
So
I think we need an invite to Miami to that shop.
right,
No, you'll go bankrupt.
Yeah. I actually have a sequin suit that
let's go.
where did I wear that? Where was that for?
Then at Scottish Summit for the drag show.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah. So I don't know if you know, we actually ran a drag show at Scottish Summit.
I do. I remember this clearly because I was helping Scott Durow figure out his whole
Tits.
yeah, that whole thing. So
well, an interesting story. I've had lots of conversations with Scott since then. And I think this is quite public knowledge. If not, Scott, tough shit. He's not replied to my last text message. So, do you know that Scott and his brother share the boobs now?
they share them.
They
I
share.
did not know they shared.
They share the boobs. I don't know how, what the parental split is. If it's 50-50 or like who.
Just one boob to each. Like
Yep. Yep. I don't know if one of them has to have the nipples like covered up and the other one's not allowed to wear them, or however it works. But yes, they share the boobs. I've not asked. No,
So many questions. I think we need to get Scott on the show to ask him that specific question.
What is the custody agreement for that?
Yeah, that's.
How are the boobs doing?
Yeah. After this podcast, I'm going to text them and ask these exact questions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I also I have some flashbacks of that day in the back room with Mats Necker coming with the big ass titties saying, Malin, could you help me put my boobs on? I'm like, you're so tall with your high heels. Could you sit down? Okay, but be careful with my makeup.
Yep.
Yeah. But the one thing I will never ever forget is Sarah Fenna's face when I think it was one. Okay, I'll not name and shape, but one of the guys asked another guy, are you going to tuck? Sarah Fenna just completely broke down laughing. I'm like, what did you ask? How am I here? How is this a community event? Yeah, but it was all for charity, so it was all good fun.
Yeah.
I then also had to explain to my daughter what tucking was as well, which was my daughter. I mean, my daughter, how old's Kiva now? She's 21 now, but
yeah,
I was having to explain to her what tucking was because she was helping people with their makeup, etc. So yeah, that was an interesting bonding experience. That one.
Yeah, it was fun. We love a good drag.
I'm sure there's a couple of RuPaul's Drag Race shows.
Oh no,
shared.
We've seen RuPaul live.
Oh, nice.
We've seen RuPaul. We've been quite a few. Lawrence Chaney, yep, winner of Drag Race UK. Who else? We've seen quite a few, haven't we?
We were at the host of the Scottish Summit one. He did one with the one who was on the dancing show as well. It's all UK people.
I know exactly because their voice annoys me.
Good singer.
Yes.
Oh,
and Kate Bush, not Kate Bush.
Yes,
Kate Butch.
Kate Butch, but also the other The smaller.
Oh yes, the little small one with the red hair. Fuck. Right.
I'm
Sorry.
horrible with name. He's good with name, so I can say like, oh, you know
Lev,
that
Leveau. Leveau, that
Leveau,
was it.
yes.
Leveau,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm great with faces, terrible with names. I will see somebody's face and I'm like, I know that person. I cannot remember their name.
Yeah.
I've got selective memory. If I don't want to remember somebody, I won't.
Mm,
Or no, I will remember them, and I'll remember why I don't want to usually.
yeah, but also you have a horrible memory at times, so sometimes someone comes up to you and say, "Oh, hi, Mark, how you been?" And I can see by his face, and I'm like, "It's this person." Like, of course, hello.
Yeah, there's a couple of friends that I have that are like that. Specifically, one she's met some people a couple of times, and she's like, "Oh, so nice to meet. Oh, I've met you before.
Mm.
Oh, my
Mm.
bad." So I have to remember the people that she's met for her, so that I can remind her that she's met this person.
Yeah.
I'm not that right. So the problem is when you're at events, everybody comes up to you and speaks to you for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to that many events that you can't remember everyone. And it's not like
Yeah.
being disrespectful. It's just there are so many people having the exact same conversations. Especially if
Yeah.
you're running an event. Oh, it's a great event. I bet you're glad of this. And it's like genuinely the same fucking 4 questions every single time. And it's like you go into autopilot mode. And then all of a sudden you're speaking to them for the fourth time in 3 weeks and you still have not got a clue who they are.
See, this is why I wear what I wear when I go to these events, so people remember, oh, that's the person that was running around in a light up sequin jacket and interrupting Jeff Teeper at his keynote.
Or
So,
dinosaur.
right. So yeah, this
the dinosaur.
so this is a thing, right? So we were speaking earlier about like I know we've spoken before, and I'm like, but I can't remember the first time I actually met you.
I
And
don't
I
think
thought
I've ever met Kat. I'm like, oh, fuck off. You have?
MVP Summit, I'm pretty sure you ran past me at the food place in a dinosaur costume. Would that be
It's
right?
very likely.
Probably
I
a couple of
I
years
did
ago.
wear it
Yeah.
for my very first MVP summit, which was 2024.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, that would be right. Yep. So I am not going mental. I mean, I am going mental, but I
Aye.
genuinely
Not in this instance.
No.
yeah. Like I did say to Malin, I'm sure she ran past me in a dinosaur costume, and Malin looked at me as if to say, "You
No, I was like, yes, that was her. How could you not remember?
because it was a fucking dinosaur. Like cat
I
as a
was
person,
inside
cat.
it. It's
Yeah,
not like I was outside.
yeah. Cat as a dinosaur, cat as a person. It's like two different personalities, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. There was a specific reason I brought it to that MVP summit. It was because my very first tech conference, Chris Huntingford and I ran around as dinosaurs at the Power Platform conference in Orlando. Like, he had on this t-shirt. It was like a dinosaur dressed in a unicorn suit and a unicorn dressed in a dinosaur suit. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get a picture with you, please. Like, my daughter would just flip for this. And it's funny because I brought my dinosaur suit. He's like, wait, you brought your dinosaur suit with you? I got a dinosaur suit. Somebody just gave me a dinosaur suit. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yes, we should totally put that on. And so the two of us got in the dinosaur suits during one of the lunch hours, one of those days, and we just took off running through the middle of this conference, like crowd of people, like going in between everywhere, just running, ran across the street, went upstairs, were heckling people from, the top floor, ran through the dining hall, just got into a little fist fight for fisticuffs down at the dining hall, turned around, ran back out. Like, it was an entire experience. It was hilarious. I may have tagged Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure Parks. Like, it looks like you guys lost some dinosaurs from your containment area. As we're like walking by and you can see the parks in the background.
So
So I was like,
Yeah.
that was my first foray into the community, and so I had to wear the dino suit for MVP Summit, my first MVP Summit. Like,
Have you ever done a session dressed as a dinosaur?
I have not. I did go to Chris Huntingford's session dressed as a dinosaur, though.
Because
So
Rebecca Albers,
yes,
she's done one. I was at least at her session. I don't remember where. I miss Rebecca. She did it in a dinosaur, but I think that was more of a like she was riding a dinosaur outfit.
Yeah.
That was a
Like Yoshi.
yeah. I remember seeing pictures of that.
It was a good session, but it was also very strange, weird. Couldn't completely take her serious.
We were at a session recently where, well, actually, it was at Melissa Hale. They were dressed as scientists, weren't they?
Yes.
At South
Very nice.
Summit.
So do we need to, because we're going to
No,
Dynamics
you can
Minds
fuck
to
right
do a
off.
session?
No, absolutely not. We are not wearing
They have
anything
a
matching.
space. I mean, you can wear Sequins space hat.
No.
That was fun. So the third day of M365 community conference, it was space themed. And I had these fantastic, as I was calling them, my rainbow bullshit moon boots, because they're high vis. They look like a dark purple, dark green color, but as soon as the light hits them in the right way, they're like hot pink and hot green. And so I had these, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe I didn't pack a shirt. So I'm like on Amazon, I'm like space themed women's shirts. And like the sixth one down is like the space dude floating around, and it says just vibing. And I was like, that's a perfect one. Cause I mean, come on, power platform. What are we doing now other than just vibing?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Don't, because I'm going to end up wearing a fucking spacesuit or something like that at the next one now. I'm gonna.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Like, honestly, I think anybody who doesn't dress up for these things is just missing out on the best time.
Yeah. And I mean, we have 3 sessions, and it's all space themed, and they all they're all connected. So,
But I was told that I had to buy gold trainers for it.
but you can buy
that
gold.
Did you buy them yet?
No, not yet. I've had a look at a few different ones because I think for Dynamics Minds the color scheme is gold.
Or yellow?
No, gold was it not?
I can steal my son's shoes because they are yellow as fuck.
Yeah,
And
but we're still on gold, not yellow.
Yellow, neon yellow.
Yeah. Or you could look for a pair of gold shoes.
Or you get some gold leaf.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh my god. I mean,
for the visual people, you can fuck right the fuck off. Absolutely not. And because this is an audio podcast and not a visual podcast, Malin would like to wear matching spacesuits.
no, this is just for you. I can wear my dress and you can wear this shit. That's perfect.
That is fantastic.
Absolutely not.
So cheap.
Not.
As well.
I don't care how. Nope, not in the slightest. I mean, what was the last one? South Coast Summit. I had to wear a fucking Harry Potter cape or something like that.
That was my very first speaking session. I wore a Harry Potter cape.
Yeah. Was it Harry?
Yeah, for Power Platform Community Conference 2022. I was doing the Power Platform Community Call live, and I was talking about parsing JSON in Power Apps using Power Automate before the parse JSON Power Effects function had hit. Like, it literally hit on Friday right before I was giving my presentation. And I was like, Microsoft, seriously? 3 years. 3 years we've been asking for this in the community. And for 3 years, we've had nothing. I finally go to talk about this, and that's when you decide to put the function out?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Like, seriously?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh, no.
I'm going to roll with it.
I'll go the opposite way. Microsoft were about to release a product within field service, and I was scheduled to do a session on it on the Monday, and Microsoft turned round on the Friday to say it's not going to be released anymore. We're not going to do it. I had customers signed up for it. I had a customer even using the product, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to release that now."
It's not like you're still bitter.
No, I was actually on a call with the product team doing a demo to them 2 weeks ago, and I still bitched and whined about it. And we're 2 years down the line. I've even went out and built ISV just to annoy them that does exactly what they were going to build, but not bitter in the slightest. No, it was for the pub quiz at South Coast Summit. We had some weird capes.
Oh, yes, the glitter, the sparkle muff, whatever it's called.
Sparkle Muffins, that was the name of the team, wasn't it?
And that was not my fault. That was Arete. Just putting it out there. That wasn't me forcing you. That was, we can blame the cute Arete for that one. Not my fault.
You still made me wear it. I don't care. In fact, did you not buy it?
I have no recollection of that happening.
No, not in the
No.
slightest.
Not at all.
Okay, so we're 20 minutes in, and Cat still hasn't been born yet in the timelines screens. So we've got to the point, Cat. You are from Florida, born and raised Florida.
So technically, I was born in New Jersey because my parents had to go back up to see my grandmother before she passed away. And then they moved back to Florida after I was like 6 months old. So I've been in Florida my entire life. Like, I identify as a Floridian. My birth certificate says otherwise. So.
Okay. Where, not to get too into detail, what areas of Florida?
So, you know how the state has like a weird armpit region?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like right at the very edge of the armpit.
Okay.
So right south of the capital, Tallahassee.
Yep.
So I've been here for 20 years or so. And then I spent the first part of my life down in South Florida. So it's just, I like not having 1,000 people around me. So I live very much in the woods where I have wildlife in and around my house at various times. Sometimes I have to chase wildlife out of my house, but you know, there are things here. Like I've had black bears at my front door that I like opened it up thinking maybe he'll like mosey along, do his thing. Kind of just looked at me like, "Do you mind?" And I was like, "Nope, gonna close the door. You have at it, my friend."
No school today.
Yeah. So like the number of black bears that we have just around our house, especially like right before they go into hibernation mode, is insane. Like the snakes, the raccoons, the owls, like we've got it all. I've had, you name it. I have experienced it. Like I've experienced Florida panthers and bobcats and wild boar and all of that good stuff.
Cool.
And I enjoy that more than I enjoy people.
100%. But the thing is, right, so if I ever seen a snake in a house, I would burn the house down. That is just what is happening. Snakes or large spiders, there's an insurance job getting done on that house.
Very carefully burn the thing to the ground.
Yeah.
The spiders don't have to be that large either.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I don't mind snakes and I don't mind spiders. Like the number of snakes I've picked up and moved along.
Oh,
like
God, no.
Thanks, but no thanks. You can go on and do your business. It's to the point I've lost count.
I mean, this is the one time I had wished this podcast was actual visual, because you should all see the look on Mark's face when Kat talks about snakes.
I physically shivered thinking about it there. Yep. Snakes are just,
like
they
I had
freak me out.
like a little baby snake at one point in time that decided to crawl in my house, and so I had to like scoop him up in like a little like Tupperware container so I could take it outside and drop it off. And I have had a nest of baby rattlers in my backyard.
Oh,
that was fun. We definitely had to shoo them off. Especially because the babies are more venomous than the adults, and we had 3 dogs at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the black racers, coral snakes, do you name it, we have had it.
Thanks, Kat. Anyway,
That's one way of not getting Mark to visit.
mhm. No, I mean,
I've got some friends in California who believe that I just have alligators living in my house.
so that's what I was waiting to say. When I think of Florida, I think of, well, Florida Gators, obviously, is
Yeah. It's a football team.
yep, is the team that I kind of know about. But yeah, I just think Everglades and all that sort of stuff, and that's what I think. I don't think of black bears in Florida.
Yep. Black bear, they're really actually they're friendly. They're the friendliest, I think, of all of the bear types.
Well, I've seen
But,
some very
you know,
friendly drag bears.
You borderline on
I
being one.
I imagine the hugs from some drag bears would be the best hugs ever.
Yes.
But
But what
yeah,
we had in the garden,
black bear, a
Yeah.
little less.
It's a killer hug. I'm sorry.
well, we've had what did we have in the garden? The moose, the deer.
Deer, yeah, they're not that scary. But
I mean, they are, but they're fucking like 2 meters tall. So
that's not a deer, my dear.
I think I walked out of my house the other morning, like 20 deer sitting outside my driveway. Like,
yeah, they are not 2 meters.
2 meters is really tall. That's a horse.
That's a moose.
Yeah.
That's not a deer. That's
so Kat,
a meter and a half, maybe.
so Kat, if you look at Malin's camera at the moment, and for everyone, Malin's sitting in the bedroom upstairs, and we can see out the back house. But if you look through where she's pointing there was one just over the hedge. And I was out on a phone call one day and looked up, and it was staring at me. It either couldn't understand my English, or it was ready to. But it turned around and then wandered away. As I stood still, I
fearing
peed
for
a
your
little.
life, like the man you are.
Yep. 100%. I was not
No,
that. So
they are not scary. The moose, they are tall and big, and they are kind of scary. Especially we had one in the backyard with a mom and two kids. So that's when they are at their scariest, because they try to shoo everyone away. So yeah, that was not fun. Didn't understand
the
why
babies are usually what gets the aggression going.
Yeah, didn't understand why the dog was so desperate to getting out and was barking in the window. I'm like, why are you okay? You're not going out.
We're just gonna stay inside and we're gonna let them do their thing.
yeah, I mean, we had lots of dogs barking yesterday morning.
Yes, we did. We had an earthquake in Norway.
Hello.
What? I did not understand anything. That's a rare thing.
That's why I like Florida, because I can see the natural disasters coming.
Yeah, but normally we don't have any. So it was just really, really weird. Because I was in the shower and I heard all these noise, and like the house was shaking, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing now? Like, shouting, Mark, what are you doing? It's like, I have no idea what that was.
No, I said right away it was an earthquake.
It felt like an earthquake. I was like, are they like something exploding or dynamite, or no, it was an actual earthquake. So
that's crazy. I don't want the ground to move underneath my feet.
No,
I'm perfectly okay with that never happening.
Yeah.
I can see a hurricane coming. They're very pretty accurate about, hey, here's this giant storm, here's all the wind, here's all the rain, this is where it looks like it's going, this is the pathway. If you're in the pathway, you might want to do something about it.
Yeah,
that's easy because you got like a week's heads up, and then you
just move.
Yeah.
Do you actually get that much?
There, because Florida sticks out like a sore thumb. We just kind of get them all the time.
Yeah.
And it was surprising because last year we didn't have a single hurricane hit like landfall in the US, and I was like, I am petrified for the storm season coming up, because that means everybody got real calm, and not the fear is not there, especially for all of the new transplants, because transplants are the ones that end up making the biggest stink about hurricanes. It's like, if it's anything at Cat 3 or lower, you're probably fine. Cat 4, Cat 5, it's that you definitely need to be making decisions, but you don't need to buy 60 cases of water, all of the bread, all of like it's not going to do you any good, especially if your power goes out and you don't have a generator. What are you going to do with 12 gallons of milk? Like, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, now that there's a hurricane, you've turned into a fish. Like, you don't need that much water.
Yeah.
So do you have like a storm shelter in your house?
No.
No. Okay.
No, definitely not. I mean, I've got a bathroom that has no windows, and it's not quite completely interior, but it's interior enough that I could put like a mattress on top of us if we had a tornado roll through.
Okay.
So, but it like, I've only ever evacuated one time for a hurricane in the 40 years that I've been here in Florida, and it was like 2 years ago, I believe, the 2024 Power Platform Conference. I was in Vegas, and there was a Cat 5 hurricane that was supposed to be rolling directly over top of my house, and I got home. We packed all of our bags and we evacuated to Orlando. Just because, if a hurricane's going to come, safest place for anybody in Florida to be, if you're not leaving Florida, is in the resorts in Orlando.
Right.
Like, it's like being on a cruise ship. There's people, they're there taking care, like, they're still getting paid. They need to get paid, make the money and do the things. So they're going to still do their jobs. And the buildings are safe enough because they're intended to withstand like ridiculous strength winds. There's water, there's backup generators. Like, it's the best place to be. And then, once it passes, if the parks are clear, then go hang out in the parks for, a couple of hours. Why not? So
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
yeah. So now for everybody who lives in Florida, that's hurricane tips for you.
There you go. Hurricane kit. Yeah, I can't even say that. Hurricane tips with Cat.
Yeah. 2 cases of water. Oh, and you also have to go out and you have to go to the gas stations, convenience stores, and buy all of the snacks. So it definitely looks like there's like a 12-year-old with a lot of money going to buy the snacks. And then don't eat all of the hurricane snacks before it hits. Like, save some for the actual hurricane.
Speaking of experience.
Yes. I may have actually eaten all of my hurricane snacks once, right before the hurricane hit, and then had to go get some more.
What
Good
a
excuse.
shame.
So,
So-
and to get a hurricane to go away, you have to meme it away.
Oh.
Like, you just have to shame it with all of the memes.
Okay.
And everybody point their fans, like their little box fans that help keep them cool in the winter or the summer. Point all of your box fans towards the hurricane, so it'll just blow it off the coast. Just everybody in Florida, just keep pointing them that way.
Work
I mean,
together.
that's one way to try it anyway, isn't it?
Oh man.
I'm never getting into an emergency with Cat. Jesus.
I am fantastic in an emergency. I'm one of the coolest, calmest, collected people. Everybody else is losing their minds. I'm like, nope, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. This is the plan and how we're executing it. Let's go.
Cat 5 tornado, and Cat has a dinosaur suit and is throwing bars of Reese's Pieces at people. Awesome.
Got the kite out there,
Yeah.
It's the best time to fly a kite. It's windy. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. And especially not if snakes are going to be flying around, getting brought up in the hurricane. Jesus Christ! Oh no, flying snakes now! Oh Jesus Christ!
Now I wonder, have you seen snakes on the plane?
Shut up. I actually think I have. Samuel L. Jackson one. Yeah, I have seen snakes on a plane. I've also seen, I actually, a few weeks ago, watched the new version of Anaconda with Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna need to see that one. I have not seen that one yet.
It is the most stupid film you've ever seen in your life.
I don't know. I've watched some
Ah,
pretty dumb sci-fi
well,
shows.
Jesus Christ, Mark. Yeah, he's watched all the dumb shit. Cocaine Bear.
Sharknado.
Cocaine Bear was
Sharknado
okay.
1, Sharknado 2, Sharknado 3, 4.
So I've not
Or
watched
maybe
any of the Sharknadoes, but Chris Jericho's in a couple of them. Some wrestlers are in some of them, so I might end up
Uh,
watching them.
but
But
I
Cocaine
still.
Bear wasn't that bad.
It's just about a bear on cocaine going crazy. Sounds awesome. Based on a real story or something. I mean,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, totally.
yeah. It was a plane was going down over the Colombian deserts or rainforest, and they were throwing the packages out so that they didn't get caught with it if they survived. And then the bear got some and got whacked off his tits. I mean, no, what was the one? So
Oh,
last
drag
week,
show zombie thing. Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, that
a
was good.
drag zombie apocalypse was
Oh, I saw
fantastic.
that one. Or I didn't watch it, but I saw it like
you don't
come
have
through and
to.
like
It is the like I like campy things and I like horror and I like stupidity, and this was all three of them. It was still the worst film I think I've ever seen in my
Yes.
life. But do you know what? For 2 hours, I didn't think about anything else in the world because I was entertained. That's all
yeah.
that matters. But
I
the
I'm I can't do some zombie movies. I'm out. I'm just like I can't do that. So that's kind of why I've like passed over. But I'm like I know some of the drag queens that are in it, and I'm like, do I watch it because the drag queen movies are great because they're so dumb.
yes, exactly that.
Yes.
But there
Like
was one.
Hurricane Bianca. If you haven't seen that one,
No,
it's fantastic. Like I don't even remember what it's about. I just know that Bianca Del Rio stars in it, and it like she's the queen of just in your face comedy, like tear you down and you don't even realize that you're getting torn down.
hmm. So I am currently looking for this. It was Satanic Panic,
Mm.
and it was so a pizza delivery girl at the end of her financial rope has to fight for her life and her tips when her last order of the night turns out to be a high society Satanist in need of a virgin sacrifice.
Yeah,
It
that was a
is
lot of
as camp
shit.
as it sounds. Well, it
Wow.
has Rebecca Romaine Stamos in it, so I mean, I'm like, they at least managed to get a semi-known star in it. It it was it is what it is. But you get to the point where that's the only level of films you've not seen. So sometimes you just have to.
You get onto that level of you're on a flight for 2 hours and that's the only crap you've downloaded and you regret your life choices, but you still watch the movie because you're stuck on a plane with no internet.
No, no, absolutely not. I've got loads of things downloaded that are like backup things. If there's something I don't want to watch, don't shame me just because I like to watch shite.
That's like when I was flying over to Hamburg last year for Color Cloud, and one, I had to go on a secret mission to figure out who was sitting in like seat A26 or some weird shit like that. He kept trying to ping everybody up in our section, hey, do you want to chat? And I was like, what? Who? Why is this happening? And so, like, we were all very curious as to who this was. So I was like walking to the back of the plane, secret mission style, trying to record like what was going on and like who this person was. But then as I'm like sitting in my seat, the row in front of me, it's like a family and they've got like two young girls or whatever, and they're watching a Barbie movie. And I was coming up with an entire script about what was happening. It was some weird squirrel on crack. The dude's hair turned pink. The squirrel was just out to get them all. Like it was chaos, and I was just having the time of my life.
I think I would
Going
watch that.
I would.
like it was wild. I was having so much fun coming up with whatever was happening in that thing.
I mean, just looking at based on my recent watches, I am being recommended to watch Death of a Unicorn.
Oh
That
no.
sounds um that sounds right. Yep.
Yeah,
Is it a
but
Scottish movie?
no, no, it is with Paul Rudd. That's probably why it's recommended. Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega.
Ah. Mm.
So that's
Is that a new film?
potential.
Wednesday Adams.
Yes.
Hold on.
It's
I
last
feel like
year. Richard E. Grant, Will Poulter, Tia Leone. Yeah, a few. I don't. I mean, comedy horror is what the category is, and I think that's about right.
All right.
that's quite the synopsis there. Father and daughter accidentally hit and kill a unicorn while en route to a weekend retreat, whereas billionaire boss seeks to exploit the creature's miraculous curative properties.
100% sounds like a me film. The
Yes.
algorithm, first time I've ever seen an algorithm actually work properly to give me something
Oh my
like
god,
that.
there's so many people in this.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, I might actually have to watch that.
we might have to do a follow-up episode where we review the film.
Yeah, right?
I mean, considering it took us like 2 months to get this recording happening. Next year, maybe.
Yep.
Oh,
And
Hey,
that's a
it worked out eventually.
yeah.
yeah. I
We got
mean,
there.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega does look quite scary in that one. So yeah,
The teeth of the movie poster look quite scary.
it does look very like Resident Evil Nemesis type of teeth on
Yeah,
it. So
that it's so intense.
mhm. Malin's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to watch this at some point now.
Oh, yes. Look forward to the weekend.
It's fine. I will download it for my next flight.
No, it's okay.
Oh man.
But you've
So
now talked about you were at the Vegas event
Yep.
or the MMPPC or whatever it is they call it, and the
Mhm.
Microsoft 365 last week, and Color Cloud, and lots of events. But how did you find all of this?
So a long time ago in a galaxy far away, um, no, I started working for the state of Florida right out of college, and I was an inspector. And then as an inspector, like I had to fill out inspection reports, and we had, a system of sorts, but it was a thing. And so I ended up going and redoing all of our inspection reports so that they were in an Excel workbook and we could fill all this stuff in. And then I found out that we had access to the information for our permits available to us through a data connection, and ended up wiring up that so that we could just push a button and it could populate permit information into the inspection report and then just fill in what our findings were and whatnot. And then I found Access or Microsoft Access and doing all of that and figuring out SQL and kind of teaching myself all of these skills along the way. And then SharePoint. And then I worked for one agency for 11 years, then went over to another agency and I was there for 4 years. And while I was at the second agency, I ended up in the mentoring program. And through the mentoring program, I ended up getting paired with the department CIO. And this was during COVID. And it was like June, July, I think. It was like towards the end of June, we ended up getting paired up. And I had just been watching a video on LinkedIn Learning about Power BI because it had been mentioned in a data group call like the week before. And I was like, let me see what this is all about. Because I was in charge of doing employee survey data. Now, this data had been surveys been done for 20 years. This is the first time I had to do it. And I had to create 504 individual reports in Excel and PowerPoint, or not PowerPoint, Adobe PDF. And when I was hired on to basically redo the system. So it was a whole brand new system. There was no documentation about the way the previous system worked, any of the previous reports, any of that. So it was BPJ, or best professional judgment, trying to get in there and figure it out. There was a lot of me trying to dig through code and figure things out, and it wasn't great. So, when I finally got all of the results from the survey and had to create it the first time and sent it out, and everybody pitched a fit because it wasn't the way that they wanted it, because it wasn't the way it had been done for 20 years. And I was like, cool, what is the way it's been done for 20 years? Oh, you don't have that information. Great. Awesome. I'll make this one change that it seems like, oh, it's still not right. Cool. Redo it again. Oh, still not right. Redo it again. Still not right. I wanted to burn the place down.
Did it have any snakes in it?
There were no snakes. Absolutely no snakes. But then I'm like, I find this Power BI thing, and I'm like, what is this? This is fantastic. Like, I can just point it to a data set, and then I can update and manipulate and click on things, and here, there, and everywhere. And I'm not actually doing anything to the data. I'm just filtering and slicing, and like, this is incredible. So I'm talking to this CIO, and he's like, well, I have an extra Power BI license if you'd be interested. And I was like, yes, let's go. So I got that, and then I was working with him basically 30 minutes every week for 4 weeks. At the end of this 4 weeks, I'm like, hey, here's this work in progress for the employee survey. Like, this is incredible. Look, I can click on these 634 people who strongly disagreed with the statement. I believe I'm paid for the work that I do, or I'm whatever the phrasing is, but basically I'm getting paid for my work, and I feel that it's appropriate. 634 people of like 4,000 something people strongly disagreed with that. And I was like, let's click this button. And then the rest of the report updates. And I'm like, look, they feel like they're not getting support from leadership. They're not getting the training they need, their equipment that they need. And like all of these other things where we have funding that we can apply funding towards that maybe might increase this score. You can't exactly give them the pay, but if we could increase these other areas, then maybe they would feel that they were getting appropriately compensated. And he was like, this is incredible. Will you present this to the statewide meeting in a few weeks? And I was like, as long as everybody understands, I am not an expert in this. This is just me tinkering with this thing. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. So I spent 30 minutes talking about the employee survey, how like literally everybody in the department has known about this thing. They've seen it for 20 years. And I gave them basically the same reports that I had previously put out, but hey, here's the fancy new tool, Power BI, that I can click and slice and dice and all of this. And these are really cool features. And we went from a Tableau agency to a Power BI agency almost overnight. Like, they all lost their minds. They're just like, this is incredible. I think within 2 months, we had started up an internal community of practice for Power BI with like just 10 of us. And then by the time I ended up leaving the agency, we were over 300 people.
Wow.
And this was something where like I was intentionally like helping to build this community. It was put out by IT. Like, IT was the one leading it, but it was the rest of the agency and the people participating from the rest of the agency that were helping to grow this community and build up the knowledge set. And so I would go, like, we have monthly call, and sometimes I would go on there and like, hey, check out this new cool trick that I learned that you can, go in here and now you can make all of your API calls like dynamic, and you can publish it to the cloud, and it doesn't give you a bunch of flack because it won't allow you to do this with your queries. And so like, I've done that. I would sit there. We had a Teams channel where people were like, hey, I'm trying to do this. So it was like going to Stack Overflow without having to go to Stack Overflow. It is like people who understand and recognize your data, and like you don't have to, what is it? Anonymize the data so that you can actually ask your question anymore. Like, you can just be like, hey, here's this report I was working on for, traffic accidents or whatever it was. And they're like, oh, cool. Here's how you can figure this out or try this. And so it was great to like see a community of people that were helping. And so I had the CIO's backing for building up this community. And like I was coming from the business side and we were trying to push this. And then I ended up into the Power Apps and Power Automate because we were a very heavily SharePoint based agency. And it was like, well, this is just baked right into SharePoint. Why wouldn't I use this to create my apps and flows and whatnot? Like this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, well, if I'm doing this, why don't we just update the Power BI community practice to be a Power Platform community practice? And, have channels for Power BI and Power Apps and Power Automate and SharePoint and uh, data sources, and like why don't we just have that? And so I kept pushing that, and then I ended up creating the first enterprise-wide Power App for Teams that we incorporated into the side rail for Teams, which was basically called shoutouts. And so anytime somebody did something cool, they could jump in there and send a shout out to whomever, and it was like a standing board that people could go see all the latest and greatest shout outs, and they could like them, and it was just like a social thing, and then sends out emails, and it was great. It was a great little fun thing, and I presented it to a Microsoft community presentation for like transportation sector, and ended up doing it for another, like my very first presentation or my very first speaking engagement was for it was called SASHTO, or the Southeastern Highway Transportation Administration Officials, or some weird acronym like that. And it was a room jam-packed full of people. It was on innovation, the DOTs. I spent 30 minutes talking about my little app and how we could use a Power Platform to rapidly innovate with state and federal agencies and even local agencies. They could rapidly innovate where they're not getting support from IT, or these projects are too small for IT to take up. And then I spent the last 45 minutes doing a panel talk with another person, or one of the assistant secretaries for our department, Federal Highway Transportation, and two other agencies from other states. And everybody came up to me afterward. They're like, that was fantastic. I was like, I have no idea what happened. I was a pilot.
That's cool.
So, in your background itself, though, it wasn't an IT or a technical background. It was just learning through that mentorship.
Yeah, like people are like, how did you learn this stuff? I was like, Google University. Like, I literally went to the Google search bar.
Yeah, because I mean, we talk about it all the time, but I don't think anyone sets out for a career in Dynamics or a Power Platform. It's
No.
usually just, oh shit, that's now my job. Like 5 years later, and you're in the Power Platform, and you don't know how you actually got there.
Yeah.
And it's always like everyone you talk to, pretty much, it's, oh, I don't know, it just kind of happened. I kind of fell into it. It was just there and I understood it. So I don't know. That was my thing.
I was curious about this little thing and I tried it, then I liked it, and then all of a sudden that's me in that career path.
Yeah. Like, I had never been somebody, when somebody asks, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, probably what I'm doing now is just trying to make it from one day to the next. Like, that was essentially my answer. I was never somebody who was planning like my career path or what I was doing. And so when I finally got towards the end of my time at the state, and I was looking at jobs, I was like, I can actually see myself working in the Power Platform in the next 5 years. Like, I don't know what I would be doing in the Power Platform, but I see myself working in the Power Platform. And so that was kind of a weird experience for me, because I'd never had that before. And
So,
I just, finding the community was like the best thing.
so what actually made you take the jump into doing it as a full-time career?
So I was having a lot of fun with this, and I'd figured out how to essentially parse out a JSON using Power Automate in Power Apps. So I had some JSON in Power Apps. I needed it parsed. There was no parse JSON function. So I was like, well, let me go over here to Power Automate, and I can generate myself a HTML table, and then I can just use 3 small little regex functions to extrapolate that using the match function, and then I can get all of the information and use it in my Power App. I was like, that's pretty cool, and like I was posting about it on the community forums, and then I ended up getting to talking to more people, and then like I kind of fell in love with Power FX and how easy it was to use, because like it was essentially like Excel but now like on the web, and it was doing more things than what Excel could do, and I just fell in love with it. And so when I started having a little bit of trouble at work, and I was like, well, I wonder what I could do. Like, I feel like I could go into the Power Platform from here. And I just started looking at jobs, and I was like applying to, like, with all the LinkedIn quick apply. And so I was just doing that, and I was literally just throwing anything and everything out there. And the customer success manager that we had from Microsoft, I had been talking with her, and she's like, well, what about working at Microsoft? And I was like, excuse me, what? Why would Microsoft hire me? Like, that just seems insane. And she's like, well, here, apply to this position, and just mark me down as the person that recommended you or whatever. And so I was going through that process, and I had been doing all these quick applies, and I ended up right before that very first Power Platform conference, ending up with a job offer from an MSP out in California. And I was like, oh shit, like this is actually happening. And I was like, well, I've got the Power Platform conference next week. Let me go through that. Let me, experience that. Give me some time to think about this, and I'll get back to you when I get back from that. And so I go to the conference, do my thing, run around as a dinosaur, all that great stuff. And then Microsoft calls me in the middle of that, and they're like, hey, we want to offer you this job. And they just start just vomiting numbers at me. And I was like, oh my God, is this actually really happening? And so I'm sitting there, I'm writing this all down, and she's like, how does that sound? And I was like a lot of numbers a state employee has never heard in their life before. Like, what the actual hell? So I ended up befriending a couple of different like Microsoft employees, and they were like, oh, you need to go back and do this, and you need to say that, and this other thing, and all of this. And like I talked to my CIO mentor, and I was like, you've been in the IT industry like your whole life. What are your thoughts? And so I ended up that Friday, like the very last day of the conference, I ended up calling the MSP, and I was like, listen, I know this is a David and Goliath story. You're an MSP of 140 people against Microsoft. Like, you guys are never going to be able to compete on that level. And I was like, how do you guys feel about, just matching what Microsoft has offered as the base, which at that point it was $35,000 difference between what they were offering. And not even 15 minutes later, they called me back. Yep, we'll do that. And I was like, I thought they were going to come back and be like, negotiate. And they're like, nope, let's do that. And I was like, damn, I should ask for more. Yeah. So that was me leaving the state and going private. And I did that for about a year and a half before one of my friends called me up from Hitachi and was like, hey, you want to come out here? And I was like, why not? Let's give that a try. And joined over at Hitachi and did that for almost 2 years before I ended up getting let go. And now I'm doing my own thing, kind of doing independent consulting. So
nice. Yeah. That's some journey.
Yeah. It's all over the place.
Yeah. What would Cat straight out of school say about where you are now? Would she be surprised?
Would not have believed it for a second. Like, being in the tech industry, what are you talking about? Like, you went to school for biology. Like, no. Like, working for a global conglomerate? Are you kidding me? Being your own like, being an entrepreneur in your own business? Like, what? That's not possible.
It's the best way forward.
Yeah.
Did you?
Like, I would not have imagined that this could have been my life at all.
When you were doing the negotiating, did you almost go to that partner to give them, here's a number, you're never going to match it, make my decision for me? Was that almost your thought process?
Well, it was one of these things where I was like, I love the people that I've met. Like my manager, I've clicked with. All of the HR staff that I've spoken to, I've clicked with. The CEO, I've clicked with. The chief people officer, I've clicked like everybody that I talked to at that organization. I was just like, these are amazing people. I don't want to pass up this opportunity to potentially work with some really great people, and especially when I feel like the imposter syndrome in me is like I can't work at Microsoft. They'll immediately kick me out. Like there's no way that they actually see value in me. And so like I was kind of trying to talk myself out of Microsoft, and I was like, "Hey, like this is what Microsoft's offering. Obviously, I know that you cannot compete with that kind of money. Like there is no stock option as a small MSP."
No.
So I was like, you know, match what the base is. So, and honestly, like if they would have just came back 10,000 more, and I'd been like, okay, this is going to be a lot harder decision to make, but they were like, no, let's do it. And I was like, well, that makes that decision for me.
Yeah. And it's also the fact that they've put the faith in you by saying, "Yeah, we'll give you that." That's a big "we believe in you" statement, because
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like no matter what
That
the base salary is, that's a decent chunk of money for them to say, "Yes, you can have it."
that was almost the same amount as what I got paid when I started working for the state of Florida. Like an entire employee salary for a year. They just came up with, "Yep, sure, we'll do it." What?
It's it's a weird one because I say quite often that I actually feel quite guilty at times knowing how much money I can make and knowing what like doctors and teachers and people like that get paid. You kind of think that I I don't do anything near as important as the work that they do. Why should I ever be paid anything
Yeah.
more? But then you then look at the flip side on it and oh, I've actually built a software system that runs a medical practice, and you think, right, okay, that I understand it, but I still don't think that I don't think anyone in the IT industry should get paid any more than like a doctor or a surgeon or a firefighter. It's just maybe
Yeah.
just the
The
way
Or
I'm
a
people out
wired.
there with like
nurse or
taking
a
care of people's lives and
yeah.
Right. I mean, we're just flicking buttons on a keyboard and shouting your requirements are crap. That's what we're doing day
yeah,
in day out. We're
make them
not.
clear.
Yeah.
Make them make sense. What do you actually want?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Oh, don't that's been my day all day today with some customers.
Yeah.
Not just today, dear.
No, not just today, but today's been one of those even more trying days. So, if Microsoft came back to you at any point and said, "Here, Cat, I know it didn't happen last time," would you go back? Would you go to Microsoft?
No, I think for myself, like it was, I don't know that I wouldn't go to Microsoft. Like now, I don't know that I wouldn't go to Microsoft, but I also don't know that I would, just because of the push.
Yeah.
Like as MVPs, like we are getting pushed to talk about AI and push it and do it and all of that. And like I'm all for AI. Like don't get me wrong, I think it's done a phenomenal job and it's come a long way in the short time that it's been around, but it's still not there. And I don't feel comfortable pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing on something that I can't really wrap my head around. Like, I have tried Copilot Studio one too many times over the last 2 years, trying to get something, anything to work. And I don't know if it's me or it's the AI that's having the problem. Because, the old saying, garbage in, garbage out, doesn't really apply in this instance because I don't know where the garbage is coming from.
Yeah, fair.
I 100% agree with that as well. People still need systems. They still need
Mhm.
platforms. AI is not going to take over the world. Companies are not ready for AI. Companies' data is crap, it's unstructured. People think that AI is just a magic wand that's going to fix everything for them. If you've got a shit business process, you've now got a shit business process that AI is doing twice as fast as it was before. That's all that you're getting the
Twice as
benefit. Yeah,
shitty.
probably. I mean,
Like,
it's fine. I'm a co-pilot MVP. I can say that. Nobody listens from Microsoft to the podcast, so we can say how shit it is here.
yeah. Like I get that they're pushing the AI, and I mean it's their business model. Like AI is gonna change the world, and AI is yeah, but I can't push AI like they want, and I don't know that I can be in an organization that it's like your job is dependent on how much you can sell of this AI, and I just like at face value I cannot sit there and tell a customer like this is the next great thing. Like
And
I'll be on the outside and they can take me out of the MVP program if they don't like me.
I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize as well. They think of Microsoft, especially in like sort of the cloud services side of Microsoft. No matter what job role you've got, you're a salesperson. Like
Yeah.
you might be a TSP or you might be a global black belt, but at the end of the day, you're just a salesperson. Your job is to sell AI.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about AI is people are trying to implement it now. In 3 years' time, people are going to be trying to back it out because it's ruined their businesses, and we're going to hit another boom in 3 years'
Yeah.
time when people are unpicking and trying to get things working again. So
Yeah.
everyone's like,
Trying
it's
to
great.
clear up all the vibe code that someone who is clueless have used. And then I saw somewhere that like we've already come full circle because they're hiring back junior developers to fix all the vibe code that people have done because it's all over the place and you have no idea where to even start. So you need like 3 people to just clean it up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give people like me who do not code, will not code, do not want to code, access to vibe coding, I have absolutely no control of what I'm getting and what
Yeah.
I'm doing, and if it's right, if it's wrong. I mean, I'm going to probably send a message to someone who knows it, like Jonas Rapp or Benedict or
Mm-hmm.
MCJ
Or
or
one of Scott Juro's
Joe
titties.
or ask Scott's titties. Yeah, I mean, it's someone who knows what they're doing, but I would never trust me doing that
Yeah.
work in production.
The
Like, dude,
problem with you and doing that is you'd fucking argue with it.
of
You would
course.
argue with AI and argue with vibe coding, and it would tell you what to do or how to do it, and you would argue it was wrong. So
But I
That
have
that's
done that.
that's been my problem.
That's because it doesn't work. I'm like, fuck's sakes, this does not work. It gives me this error message. Oh yeah, you're right. I know I am. It doesn't work. What? How? And why can't it not just tell me how to get it working right the first place?
I
What?
like I've come to the point now if it doesn't give me the right answer on the first try, I'm going to look through that answer and figure out if it's even close enough. If it's close enough, then I'll try and figure it out from there, but if it's not, like it's trash and I need to try a new prompt because it
Yeah.
will just screw up whatever it is that I've asked it to reiterate upon. And it's like, "Oh, you should do this, this and this." I'm like, "Where did that come from?"
Yeah.
"Oh, sorry, I misinterpreted. I hallucinated or whatever." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Would you just stick to the thing that we're doing here? Like, I
Yeah.
didn't ask you to go off track. I just asked you to stick to this track."
Yes, simple things. But I get that we don't ask big and I mean we're as shit at giving what we need as our customers are. So
Mhm.
it's of course and the AI interprets it their way and we're stuck with stupid AI. Well, maybe we're the problem as always.
Yeah.
well,
Which
I
is
don't know. I mean, if you so I've built an interesting one. So I've built a field service requirements agent, and I've loaded in all of the field service learn documentation, all of the material that I've created, blogs, videos, etc., my development standards, and the best in class on how to write user stories and requirements.
Mhm.
And you start the thread, and it gives you quite a nice answer. You think, right, okay, that's quite good. And then you'll say, right, okay, but I would actually use this out of the box part. And then it takes a leap and like it's building a separate app for cleaning toilets when you're trying to do it. It just takes these horrendous leaps, and that is grounded with almost perfect data.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, well, if it can't do it with the right data, then what chance have you got actually running it properly in a business?
Yeah. I fear for people who are trusting the AI to just give them the right answer. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
They-
And people take it as gospel as well.
yeah.
Oh, ChatGPT told me that.
Mm-hmm.
What I find hilarious is when somebody's like, oh, ChatGPT gave me this. And then you say, go and question it. So question the response and say, are you sure this is correct? Should it not say blah, blah, blah? Oh, yes, actually, it should do that. And it goes away and writes something totally different for you. It's
Mhm.
like it is the most agreeable person in the world.
But
Yeah.
also most insane.
Uh-huh.
Because, like I had Copilot create an image, and it was three people like this on a podcast, and I asked like to do a picture of it, and then he created the picture. I'm like, okay, but could you open the eyes of everyone, because someone apparently had very tiny eyes or closed eyes.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, don't do anything else, like do this one super specific thing. And it all of a sudden created a child. Where did the child? What? Who? What the fuck? What? That there? What? There's no child in. How? Ghosts? I'm scared. It's just so freaking weird. Like a full
Yeah.
child, and yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
AI.
But
AI
you,
is frustrating, but it's super great to like get me started.
Yes.
Like there's so many times where I'm just like, I cannot mentally function right now. This is what I'm trying to do. Just give me something and then I'll run from there.
Yeah.
But
And in Excel, oh,
yes.
it's so good in Excel.
oh,
Give
is
me this
it?
for or
Oh,
give
it's
me this formula. That's all I used
or
Copilot for.
I got a spreadsheet from hell from a customer the other day. Like it was, oh, and then we need this to this, and then we need this to this, and then we need to import it to CRM. And I'm like, why? And okay, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna test this out because I need like every person who has this category into one section, one tab, and then I need everyone who has the same category in the category 2 thing also copied there. And I'm like, and ugh. Ask Copilot, and it's like, okay, sure. And it took a wee while, but it was like, ta-da, it's all done. Like, what? But
Yeah.
I use it a lot for actually creating data sets.
Hmm.
So I've got like the amount of demos I have to do for field service, and every customer wants the demo done in their industry. So it's like, right, give me 100 records like this, 100 records like this, and it works quite well. But Excel formulas, I can never remember VLOOKUPs and rand between statements. I'm like, give me this statement, give me this statement. That's pretty much
Yeah.
my thing. But no, it does give you that good start or the inspiration to
Yeah.
do something. Like I write a lot of shorthand notes,
Hmm.
and once I've finished a meeting, I'll say write up these shorthand notes into something that maybe anyone apart from me can understand, and it's usually quite accurate with that.
mm, yeah, it's getting
I'm
better.
terrible with notes. However, the Teams transcription
Yep.
and meeting facilitator situation where like it'll go in and it'll say, this is who talked about this and this is who talked about this and these are the overarching topics and here's all the little details and here's where you like click on this to go see it in the video. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
perfect.
So
Mint.
have you ever downloaded the transcript file and
Yes.
then put it into Copilot and got it to like summarize it and build documents from it?
Just did today.
Yeah.
Like I've so what it is when you go into Teams, you can download the docx or docx file, or you can download the .vtt file. And I've got a regex, or a couple of regex snippets that I use to clean up the .vtt file, so that I can then import that file into Excel, and I can clean up all of the ums and ahs and hms and whatnot, clean all of that out, and then get just the relevant information. So instead of like the sidebar conversations where you talk about, oh, the Teams thing is in the way again, and here's how to move it. And so, like, get rid of all of that. So it's just the information about what we're talking about. And I took all of that, stuck it over into the only Copilot that matters to me, GitHub Copilot, um, and said, hey, here's a transcript from a meeting. I need you to go through here, identify key points. Here's the business requirements, standards that needs to follow, generate a business requirements document for me. And oh my Lord, what spit out was just gold. Like, I'm going to have to go through it tomorrow and clean it up and make sure that it got everything right. But what it put out, it followed like all of the standard requirements. I was like, this is just phenomenal. This would have cost me 8 hours of work just putting this together, and it did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Like,
magic. It's magic.
And even if it takes an hour to review it and fix the problems, it's still so much better. I worked for a partner once, and we would have to write the documents. They then had an English teacher, like a retired English teacher, would then review the document and like mark punctuation, like if you had a double space after a full stop and things like that. Whereas I don't have to worry about that. It's just, it follows what it needs to. You use your standards, and it just works.
Yeah,
it's good. It's getting better. It's the future.
It is getting a lot better. And like, I haven't built an agent yet. I would really like to build an agent, because doing this whole independent contractor, subcontractor business and keeping up with 4 different calendars and trying to, like, just for my own personal calendar, not even including my kids' calendar, and like trying to keep up with all this, I'm about to lose my damn mind. I'm like, can I please get an agent to help me just, as soon as I get something on my calendar here, like, populate the rest of these calendars, like, please.
So we've tried this because we're in the same situation at Proximo. So we do a lot of partner to partner work, and the partners give us email addresses on their domains, or we get email addresses in the customer domains. And it's trying to sync all of these calendars. The problem that we came across is tenant to tenant stuff. It is very difficult to do tenant to tenant unless the customer gives you like an app registration or gives you a connection. And the customers aren't going to give you an app registration to connect into their Exchange Online as an admin to pull your calendar. It just, it's horrible.
Could you actually go then super old school and actually create a parallel on my desktop that by the end of the day takes over your computer and copies from one calendar and just pastes it into the other?
Oh, I'm to the point where I'm about to just send a calendar invite to every single one of those inboxes that said like out of office.
Like, so I've done that. I've given everyone access to my calendar and just shown when I'm available and not available. I was using bookings for a while, but bookings is difficult for them when they're trying to arrange meetings with 4 or 5 people, because they then have to look at your bookings and stuff. So I've just said, like, here's my calendar, just deal with it. Just don't invite me on my Proximo account in your tenant.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
It's been an interesting, fun little run and experiment here for the last almost 2 months, trying to figure this out, and it's had its bumps along the way, and I'm still trying to really get it reined in, but I need the time to be able to build my solution.
Yes.
So,
are you enjoying being an independent contractor?
I am. I'm enjoying the freedom that, you know, I'm not required to, like, my desk is where my desk is. Like, there's no being tied specifically to a single space or whatever. Like, it just is where I am. If I'm in Orlando, I can work in Orlando. If I'm in Tallahassee, I can work in Tallahassee. If I'm across the country in California, I'm in California. Like, I can still do my work. So, like, I enjoy the freedom of being able to work from wherever. Like, I technically had that before, but then I still kind of needed to be in a specific place.
Yep.
Like it was harder to do that. I still had people, like I had to be somewhere for 40 hours every week. And
Yep.
now like I could be there because it's like 20 hours per organization right now. And it's like, well, I could do 20 hours. I might not do 20 hours. Like I might do a little less. I might do a little more. Like there's nothing stating that I have to do exactly 20 hours. Like as long as I'm getting the work done, then great.
Yeah, you're not tied to the desk, and you're not reportable to somebody for 40 hours, because that's what my job is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like if I say I have to be out, then I have to be out, and it's no like, well, we don't have enough people. Like, you know that I'm on contract. Like I'm going to do the work when I do the work. Like if I want to do the work at 2:00 in the morning, I can do the work at 2:00 in the morning. I don't have to be there necessarily at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. Like, so it's nice. I'm enjoying it. Or at
So
least I'm enjoying that much of the freedom.
So how does the future look for Cat?
I have no idea. Like I still see myself doing Power Platform. I don't know how that is going to look, especially with this whole AI thing. So I'm hoping to be able to start figuring out Copilot and this AI a bit more so I can start getting into that. But I really gotta like get my head down and really get into it to see if see how to get it to work so that I can start doing that some more with other people. So we'll see.
Nice. If you have a project that you need someone for Copilot Studio, then Cat's your cat.
Yep, as soon as I figure it out. I got
That's the best way, and you've seen that already with what you've done. When you work on the job and you get the requirement, it's that inspiration to actually go and learn it.
Yeah.
And it's even better when somebody's paying you to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I created an agent for my own Dataverse where I write the name of the customer. It goes to the national register and gives me a list of like all the companies, and then it's asked which one is it, and I say like the number it is, and it then pulls all that data from the database and puts it into Dataverse. And
Very
then
nice.
and then it's registered my new customer, and I can use Copilot in Outlook to track all my emails because that's how I keep control of things, and that's how Copilot works the best, and that's why I have Dataverse or CRM or whatever. Yeah. So that was like my agent that I built just to learn to see so how can I learn.
Yeah. I've recently decided that I'm going to build my own financial tracking system, if you will, so that I can keep track of all of my contracts and my rates and timesheets and what I've been paid and what I'm supposed to be paid, but then also what are my all of my personal financial requirements, like what bills are due, when are they due, like when do they get paid, what am I using like my funds in my bank account for, and like trying to keep track of all of this, and including this LLC that I had to create in order to be my own business, and what I have to do for that. And so it's like all of these pieces and parts. And I gave the same prompt to ChatGPT, Claude, GitHub Copilot, and M365 Researcher, like the GitHub or M365 Copilot Researcher thing. I gave it all to each of them. I like went through all the various like prompts. Like some of them they're like, oh, we have some follow-up questions. And I'm like, okay, cool. Here's the follow-up answers, and go through that process. And so I've got 4 different options, and I'm like trying to then conglomerate all of those together to come up with something, and then I use all of that to vibe code a solution.
Cool.
So, in 6 months, ask me how that is, and hopefully it's not still an idea and I've got something implemented.
We're back to the follow-up podcast here, I think.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I think that would scare the living hell out of me. What have you spent personal money on? No, thank you. We've bought sparkly hats. We've bought sequins capes. We've bought.
Listen, if I can write it off as a tax exempt purchase, I'm gonna keep track of it.
Well, so does that mean then my gold trainers that I need to buy, I can expense them because they're for an event?
I would say
I
so.
don't see why not. If you're there like doing the event and like it's
Bought
for your
for the
business.
event.
I've always got some sort of interesting pair of shoes on at an event, so I think we kind of.
That doesn't stop at just events, though, my dear. That's just in general shoes.
That's what it is. Be quiet. Don't shame me for
Now
my
everyone is going to go looking at you. I think the first phrase he learned in Norwegian was like cool shoes.
And that's the kids are walking past saying cool shoes to me.
Yes.
So it's not that bad. So what you mentioned some events. What events have you got coming up soon?
Well, technically I think I'm kind of quiet on events. Actually, no, I take it back. I'm going to the Microsoft Ability Summit next month.
Okay.
So I've kind of participated in that virtually since 2021, I think, when I found it. And that I think was the time that what is it, Donna Sakar, she was showing off the what is it, inclusive design manual situation, and I was like, this is fantastic. Oh my god, why is this the first time this is around? But I have been attending this event every year virtually, and so then I found out I think it was like the end of last month, that it's an in-person event and you can just go to Redmond and attend. And I was like, well, yes, please. I would like to do that. So I'm going to go to that. And then I don't think I have anything else right now until Power Platform Conference in the end of October. And then there's the Convergence in Miami in December. So
is Power Platform one in Vegas again, or is it moved?
Yeah, it's still in Vegas. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, Vegas is fine to visit, but I'm just like, I've been there so many times to the MGM.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool when we were there the first year, the 2024.
Let's see, 2023. I think was the first Power Platform conference they did in Vegas.
Yeah, but were we not? I think it was 23. We were there. Time flies, and it's like, yeah, you've done Vegas. It's expensive. It's yeah. Okay, check. Can you go somewhere else, please?
Yeah, like, could you please anywhere else where they don't allow smoking inside the buildings?
Well, that's the biggest thing for me. It's like you literally walk through the clouds of smoke, and then you get outside, and you're like, "Oh, I'll get fresh air," and that boom, the weed hits you.
Yeah.
It was just like one extreme to the other.
Yeah. I'm like, it's fine, it's fun, but good Lord, like, we need something new. Yeah. Can we please go back to Orlando and go ride the roller coasters?
Yeah, we've only done Vegas and Seattle, so anywhere that's not either of those two would be good. An excuse to, I mean, I think we're staying out of America for the time being, but we will potentially make a return to stateside, just to go and watch the hockey more than anything else. But we will.
I'm an American non-practicing right now.
Understandable. Yeah.
Somewhere nice like a Chicago or somewhere. I mean, I say nice Chicago. It's probably not the.
Chicago's probably the furthest from nice.
Yeah.
Minnesota, any city where they've got railings for you to hold on to so you don't get blown away.
Yeah, I mean, we have some people in Florida we should visit, and we live in Norway, so we need to get somewhere warm. We're not going
There's snakes. We are not going anywhere near Florida. Absolutely not. I mean, could you imagine me walking down the street and a snake? I mean, I'd be praying for a hurricane. I'd be like jumping in a hurricane. Take me home. Take me to Kansas.
I heard the scream and saw the face. We did an escape room with his daughter and boyfriend, and one of the doors opened, and this dummy fell down, and it was like that was a drag queen worthy scream. And jumped back. So yes, I can imagine how you would sound if you saw a snake. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
mean,
think
if you guys did convergence in December, like convergence would be fine. Like it's Miami. There's very few snakes, if any, because there's so many people. Like there's gonna be more towards the Everglades.
Yeah, but
Like
then you have the too many people.
yeah, but I
Mm,
mean it's about the same number of people in Vegas. Like
mm.
yeah. I thought you were going to say the same number of people as snakes. I'm like, this is still a no. You're not selling this one to me, Cat. No, absolutely not.
sunshine, palm trees, white sand.
Mm.
Like South Beach
Yeah,
is beautiful. Like totally go to
yeah.
South Beach.
I have to remember. I can't actually remember exactly where Ben Vollmer lives now, but he is. I think he's very north Florida, almost in Georgia. Is that?
Jacksonville?
Yes, that sounds about right.
Yep, that is right there. Before you get to Georgia is Jacksonville, and it's the
Is that the
entire.
most redneck you're going to get in Florida though? In that area?
Oh God, no!
No.
Jacksonville is so city-like. It's
Okay.
like over where I am. I'm surrounded by rednecks. Like I will hear random gunshots in my neighborhood, my wilderness-filled neighborhood. Just randomly at night, like the neighbors, which are a lot and a half from me, every now and again I'll hear a gunshot from over there, and I'm like, neighborhood people live here. Like, you really don't need to be shooting things
Snakes.
here.
You can shoot a snake.
I think they shoot at the deer and the raccoons and the squirrels, and they probably do shoot snakes every now and again because we definitely have them.
No.
Yeah, Ben
So
is right north of Jacksonville. Just check.
Yeah, he's probably like right up there in the very tippity top.
so I've
Technically,
never.
all of Duval County is Jacksonville.
Okay, because he did say he's like genuinely like 5 minutes from the border. Because I've been to Atlanta once before. That's an interesting place.
Yeah, it is.
Where was it? Alpharetta. So I
Alfred.
was going, yeah, Alpharetta. So I landed. I can't remember the main airport now in
It's Hartsfield,
Hartfield,
Jackson.
Jacksonville. Yeah, that's one. And on my taxi to the customer, we took a detour because Whitney Houston had Whitney Houston and then her daughter had killed themselves in a bathtub. And we were going to drive past that house on the way there. So we took a little detour just because that was the most famous thing that had happened recently there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wow. I'd just started. So this was my second week with Ebex DXE, one of the bigger partners. That was my second week there. First time I'd ever been to America, and I land on my own to go to a customer, and I'm getting a detour to where Whitney Houston like overdosed in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Important things.
Oh
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know if you guys know the rapper T-Pain, but
no.
oh man, he's famous for using auto-tune, even though he's a fantastic like actual singer. Like his singing voice is fantastic. But everybody who knows T-Pain, like when I tell him, I was like, yeah, no, he's from Tallahassee. The reason his name is T-Pain is he's Tallahassee Pain. Like that's what the T stands for. And everybody's like, nah. I was like, no, for sure. Look it up. He's currently got like a tiff with the Tallahassee Police Department, all because of his cousin's murder, and they still haven't found who murdered her, and like it's a whole situation. But yeah,
Very
Sounds like
American.
sounds like we're going to get that on an episode of Dateline.
Mhm.
I'm surprised it's not an episode of Dateline yet. Like,
It might be. I mean, we're, oh
I
God,
think
what
we've
are
seen
we in?
all of them, so we're
No,
up
no.
to date.
Dateline's been on for 20 years, so we're currently on about season 16 of Dateline, but we're also watching at the same time Dateline what was it?
Uncovered?
Uncovered or something like we're getting to the deepest hollows of like small town murder stuff.
yeah,
But Small Town Murders is the best podcast out there for murder.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will say Tallahassee is the largest small town I've ever experienced, just
Okay.
because it's the state capital, and so we have two universities, like two state universities. We've got FAMU, which is the historically Black college and university. They're HBCU, and then we've got FSU, Florida State University, and then we have the legislature, so the Senate, the House, all of the people for that. And so when school's out and when the legislation, whatever, those people, when they're out, it is a small town. There's like very few, I think 100,000 residents or whatever is what Tallahassee has without all of that. And then when everybody's in, good God, traffic is a nightmare. Like, people are like, oh, how long would it take you to get to, the state capitol? And I'm like, well, sometimes it takes me 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes me an hour. Like, just depends on what's going on. So it is the largest small town I've ever experienced. So
I've just done a search to see what sports teams there are in Tallahassee, and literally the Florida A&M Rattlers.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there not actually any sports in like larger sports teams in Tallahassee?
no, Tallahassee is not a large city, so it doesn't have any sports teams, but the college university teams are highlight teams. Like FSU, they just renamed the Tallahassee International Airport to the Bobby Bowden Tallahassee International Airport. Bobby Bowden was the winningest coach in collegiate football history. Passed away a few years ago. He was the head coach at Florida State while I was there, and he retired, I think, a year or two after I graduated. So, like,
It's big.
I actually want to say that we seen FSU in Seattle when we went to the NBA Final Four or whatever it was at Seattle.
FSU probably would have been in a Final Four.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I was just having a conversation with a friend. I think it's like last month or the month before, and we were talking about how their fiance and myself, we both went to schools of renown, and he went to a sub-tier school. It's like, because our schools play in sports and his school does not. Like,
Yeah.
we might only have bachelor degrees, but your master's degree is from a sub-tier school.
It's so different. It's so American.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, sports teams are what make the college. You can tell a school is up there if they've got sports teams, because they've got money, and all of that
Oh yes.
money is funneling into the school, and it gets better and better. So
Yeah. That's the only reason I know Florida Gators. That's about it. Good old
yeah,
Tim
well,
Tebow.
FSU.
So
Yeah.
with that then, Kat, what are your social channels if people would like to connect, follow up, get some co-pilot work done from you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn, and that's the majority of the social that I do. I am on Blue Sky, and it's all of it's at your wizard cat, or I think Blue Sky is at yourwizardcat.com.
Okay.
I got it hooked up to my website, which I do need to get back on, trying to get my website back up and running because I forgot to pay my host. So my website is down currently, but I do have a website.
Excellent. Well, with that, we will thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, it's been fun. Thank you so much for having me. And talk to you about the, what is it, Death of a Unicorn, or?
Yes, we'll have to review
Yeah.
Death of a Unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, schedule follow-up episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yep,
very much.
thanks.